welcome to another class. Today I would like to explain you a little bit about body actions. So what are the body actions? So we have our feet, we have our legs, we have our hips, and we have our body. So body is everything from shoulder down to this part. So mainly it's our rib cage. And if you use your rib cage when you dance, it will activate through the tummy, through your stomach, your hip, and through the hips, it will travel down to the leg and down to the feet. So the best way to dance is actually not when you're using your legs, but when you're using your body. So first of all, we have to activate our rib cage. So let's do the simple exercise. Put your 2 feet together and start to move your rib cage from side to side, right, left, right, left. Put your arms here and try to feel how your rib cage is really stretching from one side to another, one side to another. Once you feel that, as you stretch your rib cage, try to put your arm here and press your rib cage in, this magic button. You press it in, and through your stomach, you see how it activates your hip. So rib cage, pressing magic button, hip, rib cage, hip, rib cage, hip. Once you do that, as you do your rib cage, you can also use rib cage to take a steps. What does it mean? So for example, if I would like to step to the side, I will create this diagonal in my body, will stretch my rib cage, and my rib cage actually will guide my foot wherever I want to step in any dance. So rib cage, step, and as we step here, we're going to press our magic button, our rib cage, and through the stomach, that will activate our hip. The same to other side. Rib cage, stretch, 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 that will activate our step. And now from here, you can press rib cage in, that will activate our hip. What exactly happening here? So if we break it down as a process, so number one, you stretch your rib cage, so rib cage, and you create that beautiful diagonal line between your rib cage and hip. So we stretch, we call this process stretch, then we take a step as a result of the stretch. Now we keep stretching, and then we press our magic button that activate our hip. So stretch, step, keep stretching, and then go rib hip. Stretch, step, keep stretching, rib hip. So when you dance using your body actions, you will notice that inside your body, you start to creating this stretch, these beautiful diagonals. And when you dance, you always want to have right diagonal or the left diagonal. If you activating your right rib cage, it's called right diagonal. If you activate your left rib cage, it's called left diagonal. And this should be the very, very first action which happens before you take any type of step in any dance. So for example, if we would like to go side, we stretch our diagonal, create that stretch, and then the stretch creates a step. If I would like to go forward, I create that stretch in my body using my rib cage, and then I can go forward. The same backward. I create that stretch in my body, activating my rib cage, and then I step backward. And that applies for every dance. For example, if you would like to do a cha-cha, and you know that the cha-cha basic walk looks like side, together, side, side, together, side. We can change that process instead of thinking the legs where we're stepping to our body action, to our stretching. So we're stretching and then we step side. Now we press magic button, changing our stretch to the other one. That's where we closing our leg. And when we would like to go inside, instead of thinking the leg, try to think pressing this magic button and let that rib cage actually take you to the step. So think about this and feel the stretches in your body. So you go stretch, 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 cha, 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 cha. If we dance rumba, it's exactly the same. We're stepping side. 4-1, we would like to going forward. So instead of thinking the leg, we're gonna think again rib cage and the stretch in our body. Walk. If we'd like to replace backward, we're thinking stretching diagonal, in this case right diagonal, and that replaces us back. We stretch and we're going side again, and we're going backward. If we think about Samba, for example, whisk side, back cross, instead of thinking that step, we're gonna focus on our rib cage, creating the stretch in our body, and that will create much better experience when you dance. And even simple dances like salsa or mambo, instead of just thinking step, step together, we think body stretch, body stretch, body. Boom, boom, boom. Thinking about this activity in your body. So rib cage creates a stretch in the body, and this stretch you always want to feel, because when you dance very often, let's say if you're doing a simple choreography, you're going back cha cha cha, and you, for example, doing something twisting, very often we over focus on the legs and feet, which is very, very important, and you have to study your legs, how to place your foot, to do correct leg action, to do correct foot placement. But when the music going fast and you want to create a flow and feel and experience dance inside you, actually only moving your body, your upper half, your rib cage, you will have that experience and feel. And even when you would like to just simply move your arm, create a beautiful gesture, instead of activating the arm itself, by activating your rib cage, creating the stretch in your body, the arm has much more beautiful flow and more musical expression. Even when you turn, let's say you're doing forward walk turning, instead of just stepping and pivoting, you can create the diagonal stretch in your body using rib cage to step, and also using that rib cage to guide your turn. And even for the finish, instead of only just focusing on the pressing down, think of stretching as a part. Think of the stretching, and the squeezing here is become a part of the stretch. So more you squeeze, more you create stretch. And then your dance, your body look more three-dimensional, and you can actually feel your dance, the music inside you. So practice your body action, activate your rib cage, and that will give totally different feeling for your dancing and performance. If you would like to learn more details about this technique, welcome to join my learning platform, dancewitholeg.com. I have a full course where you practice your actions through the drills and actually later applying to every little step you do. See you at the next lesson.